Thomas is many things. A prat, a lover of many, or so he tells himself every night to make himself feel better. But he's also a tank engine, who lives at the big station on the island of Sodor. Now many of you might be asking two things. One, what the hell is an engine doing living in a station? And two, what the hell is a Sodor? Well, to answer your first question, shut up. To answer your second question, the Abridged as part of DOC, so Sodor and Man? No, I don't know what that means either. Shut up. And yes, there are talking trains on this island. There's probably a reason, but I don't care, and quite frankly, I don't think any of you want me to waste my time explaining it. Now, Thomas is a cheeky little sod, with 6 small wheels. Aye, less of that now. A short stumpy funnel, a short stumpy boiler, and a short stumpy dome. Less of the stumpy too. Mine's bigger than yours. Thomas is also in the habit of repeating things he really shouldn't be. Have you ever worked at a railway? The lonely nights will do some clinical stuff to you. Abridged Station was a bit like a youth club, filled with yobs, busy, and smelled like a piss. Thomas was a fussy little engine too, always pulling coaches about so that the big engines could take them on long journeys. Also, don't ask why that big green hippie over there is pulling trucks at the end of his passenger train. This is back when people actually paid attention to details like this in the script. When the trains came in, he pulls the empty coaches away so the big engines could go and rest. Now, some argue that this was unfair, considering that the coaches never got a say in this, but most of the engines just blew them off, unlike the coaches that never... You know what? I'll not go on. Anyway, the feminists had yet to start campaigning repeatedly outside Sir Topham Hatt's door, so yeah, coaches are stuck like that for now.
Oh, come on, guys! Let me in! Let me in!
So, Henry,
Said a big blue engine loudly, in attempts of blocking out Thomas's pleads to join the big boys club.
what were you saying about Thatcher?
Oh, you know, said the morose Henry, rumored to have taken some illegal substances before arriving to the island, which had messed him up badly. It's all going to hell, you see.
Is he always like this?
Henry looked at the red engine with bafflement. You're not supposed to be here.
Look, I'm the new engine here. I'm
Continuity, while still breached, was appeased when Henry forcibly marched the red engine off the turntable. Passing him, the bleeding Thomas looked at the red one, and then ignored him. Not like they'd cross paths again. And I swear to God, you're not even supposed to be here until at least the 7th episode.
Well, it's not my fault. Hey, watch where you're putting those buffers!
Thomas thinks that no engine works as hard as he does. He's an idiot. He loves playing tricks on the other engines, including, and cue the fanfare, Gordon, the biggest and proudest engine of them all. Lovely fanfare, lads. Thomas likes whistling rudely at him. Not like the rude whistling he does to the coaches, no. This was a completely different type of whistling. Wake up, lazy bones! Why can't you work hard like me? Thomas smirked, sure that he had bested Gordon in a battle of wits, as he backed onto a train being pulled by Marklin, the background engine. The crunching noise indicated to Thomas that he had better leave, or the incredible out-of-breath controller would puff up and give him a scolding. Marklin, the faceless engine, was distraught. Damn you, Thomas! He roared, shaking his whatever they have in place of fists. And Thomas puffed away, laughing merrily, while Gordon considered hiring Marklin to kill Thomas. One night, after pulling the big express, Gordon returned to the sidings very tired. This may or may not have had something to do with stealing Henry's stash of coal the previous night, and dreaming that he had become a tree. He was just going to sleep when Thomas came up in his cheeky and annoying way. Wake up, lazy bones, do some hard work for a change. You can't catch me. And Thomas ran off, laughing. Instead of going back to sleep like any sane engine would, he began to think of how he could get back at Thomas. Eventually, he came up with a cunning plan. One non-specific morning, probably pretty soon after the previous one, but who can tell here, Thomas would not wake up. Okay, let's rephrase that. Thomas was too much of a lazy sod to get out of the shed. His driver and fireman couldn't make him start. They had tried everything from pleading, "We'll even buy you that newfangled Atari thingamajig," to threatening,
If you don't get out of this shed right this second, we will point at you until you submit.
to using jump leads, which resulted in Thomas starting, but also his fireman getting shocked. At last, they realized that his fire was out and there was not enough steam. Usually, this meant that his fireman would have been, well, fired. But the man was currently spitting out blue sparks, so they figured it would be cruel. At last, Thomas started with a jerk. But enough about his driver, and a desire for some cold water and some aspirin. Oh dear, oh dear. He fussed into the station where Gordon was waiting.
Hurry up, you.
Grunted Gordon the polite engine. Hurry yourself. Gordon began making his plan.
Yes,
Said Gordon the subtle engine.
I will.
At such a pitch that people in China could infer his meaning. However, Thomas's brain was still 5 minutes behind everyone else's, so he didn't catch on. And almost before the coaches had stopped moving, Gordon was reversed quickly, and was coupled to the train.
Get in quickly, please.
We are in, you little butt! One particular passenger was cut off when one of the doors was slammed in their face. Thomas usually pushed the big trains to help them start, but he was always uncoupled first. This time, Gordon started so quickly that they forgot to uncouple Thomas. Gordon's chance had come. As they pulled out of Knapford, Gordon smirked and mentally counted in his head. 3 minutes.
Come on, come on!
You're the one pulling us! Gordon did not respond to this. The train went faster and faster, and as they reached Valahoo Tunnel, Thomas finally caught on. Wait, what do you mean you will? He then did a double take as the events of the last 5 minutes caught up with him. Oh, balls! He shouted out loud. It was too fast for Thomas. He wanted to stop, but he couldn't. Peep, peep! He shouted for no reason. Stop, stop!
Hurry, hurry, hurry!
You can't get away, you can't get away! Laughed the coaches. Poor Thomas was going faster than he had ever gone before. He was out of breath and his wheels hurt badly, but he had to go on. I shall never be the same again! He declared in a vain attempt to make Gordon feel guilty.
Oh, shut up, you bloody queen!
Gordon snapped as he came to a gradual stop at Wellsworth. Thomas was uncoupled. Too little too late! Thomas snapped at the workman angrily, who promptly gave up his job to do something easier, like diffusing mines. And went onto a turntable, thinking of everyone laughing at him, which wasn't very hard to do considering that Gordon was holding a mocking Thomas party on the station platform.
Now you know what hard work is like, don't you?
Thomas tried to work out a one-liner that would break Gordon's confidence and send him screaming for his maker, but he had no breath. He just puffed slowly and brokenly away, and then he had a long, long drink. He went home very slowly, and was careful never to be cheeky to Gordon again. At least, that's what he told himself.